There comes a moment in every generation when progress demands a question that cannot be ignored. Not what can we build, but what should we be responsible for once we build it? Because creation without responsibility is not innovation, it is negligence dressed as ambition. We live in an age where ideas move faster than wisdom, where systems are launched before consequences are understood, where people rush to claim credit, yet hesitate when it is time to accept responsibility. And history remembers those moments, not for the applause they received, but for the impact they left behind. Every powerful creation, whether it is a tool, a platform, a company, a movement, or even a belief, carries weight. Weight that shapes lives, weight that alters behavior, weight that quietly rewrites the future. You cannot separate what you create from who you are, because eventually your work speaks for you, even when you are no longer in the room. Too many people believe intention is enough. They believe that starting with good intentions excuses harmful outcomes. But intention does not erase consequence, and progress does not forgive ignorance. If you build something that spreads chaos, you cannot pretend surprise when chaos appears. If you design a system that rewards outrage, you cannot deny responsibility for division. If you profit from attention, you are accountable for what that attention becomes. Responsibility is not a burden placed on creators. It is the price of influence, and influence, once gained, never belongs only to you. There was a time when innovation was slow enough to reflect, when builders had space to think deeply about impact. Today, speed has replaced wisdom, scale has replaced care, and growth has replaced accountability. But the future does not belong to the fastest builders, it belongs to the most thoughtful ones. Because the greatest threat to progress is not failure, it is success without responsibility. Think about privacy, not as a technical feature, but as a human right. Privacy is not about hiding wrongdoing. It is about protecting the space where ideas are born, where curiosity exists without fear, where mistakes become lessons instead of permanent labels. A world without privacy is not a transparent one, it is a frightened one. When people know they are constantly watched, they begin to edit themselves. They speak less, dream less, risk less, create less. Not all at once, slowly, quietly, bit by bit. And what remains is a smaller version of humanity, less imaginative, less brave, less alive. Ironically, that environment would have crushed innovation before it ever began. Every breakthrough in history required freedom, freedom to fail, to think differently, to imagine without permission. So if we believe in progress, we must protect the conditions that allow it to exist. And that responsibility belongs to builders. But here's the truth most people avoid. Not everyone will be a builder of technology. Not everyone will start companies. Not everyone will change industries. And that is exactly how it should be, because the world does not need one kind of brilliance. It needs many. Teachers who shape minds, artists who awaken emotion, doctors who protect life, engineers who design solutions, caregivers who restore dignity, workers who bring integrity to ordinary tasks. Greatness is not defined by visibility, it is defined by service. Whatever you do, ask a different question. How does this serve something greater than myself? When your work becomes service, it stops being just a job. It becomes an offering. True builders understand something most people never learn. Their greatest work may never carry their name. They build knowing their creations will outlive them. They work knowing future generations will benefit from sacrifices they never see. That is not ego, that is humility. Because humility is not thinking less of yourself, it is thinking less about yourself. The strongest builders are not obsessed with recognition, they are obsessed with contribution. They are patient enough to build piece by piece, careful enough to think long-term, wise enough to accept that they will not control the final chapter of what they begin. And that is the point. You are not meant to be the center of the story, you are meant to move it forward. At some point, every leader faces a moment of transition, a moment when preparation ends and responsibility begins, and no amount of preparation makes you ready for that moment. Readiness is not something you feel, it is something you choose. There will come a day when expectations surround you, when people look to you for answers you do not fully have, when the comfort of guidance disappears. That moment reveals character. You can either become trapped by the need to please or grounded by the courage to act with integrity. Living according to others' expectations is exhausting. It fractures focus, it steals clarity, and it disconnects you from purpose. Don't waste your energy trying to fit into someone else's vision of success. It requires constant adjustment, constant pretending, constant compromise, and in the end, it satisfies no one, including you. Instead, become deeply rooted in your own values. Build from alignment, not comparison. The truth is this: when your time comes, and it will, you will not feel ready. No one ever does. But readiness was never the requirement. Responsibility was. Find strength in uncertainty, find courage in challenge, find clarity on the lonely road where approval fades. Do not be distracted by those who seek applause without effort, by those who want rewards without contribution, by those who want legacy without labor. Be different, build something worthy, because nothing you create truly belongs to you forever. You will pass it on, through influence, through example, through consequence. Your work will shape people you will never meet. Your choices will echo in futures you will never see. That is not pressure, that is purpose. So build carefully, build humbly, build responsibly, because the measure of your life will not be how much you took, but how much you left behind. And long after the noise fades, long after the credit is forgotten, what you built will remain. Make sure it's something worth inheriting.